David Smith here with one more Flip Classroom math video. 3 tips before you start. First, you could speed up or slow down the playback if that helps you get through the video at your own pace. Second, you could pause the video at any time to catch up with your notes. Third, you could turn on the captions and watch my words go by on the bottom of your screen. Today's lesson covers multiplying algebraic fractions. And this is something that you're definitely going to bump to different times during your mathematics career in high school. So let's take a look at what we've got going here. Here is the fundamental rule. If you have one fraction, a over b, and it's being multiplied by another fraction, c over d, you just multiply straight across the tops and straight across the bottoms. So the top is going to be a times c, the bottom is going to be b times d, and then of course with algebra we drop the times and we just put the two letters next to each other. So this would be ac over bd. Now you're going to see in a minute that sometimes we get to simplify this using the tools we learned in the last lesson where we factored and canceled. So let's do a few problems and see how this all looks. Okay, here's the first one. I'm going to multiply straight across the top. So this is going to equal 6b over 2a. And that reduces down because 6 over 2 is just 3. So we have 3b over a. Because we reduce the 6 over 2 down to a 3, that leaves a 1 on the bottom, which we don't write. So this is 3b over a. Okay? Now for the rest of these, I would like you to try them first and then come back and see how I do them. And that way, you're going to get practice right away with this pretty straightforward concept. Okay, so give this one a try. This is 9 over a times a over 3. So try that. Okay, let's see how you did. What I get on the top is 9a. On the bottom, I get 3a. Now that reduces down quite a bit. If you haven't already done that, figure that part out. Okay, this reduces down to just 3. That's all that's left. The a's cancel, and 9 over 3 is just 3. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Now let's try this one, a little bit more complicated. Go ahead, pause the video, see what you get. Okay, here's what I get. I multiply straight across. I got 2x times 14 is 28x. On the bottom I have 7x. Now this is going to cancel down quite a bit too. The x's cancel, and 28 over 7 is just 4. So this one got really simplified. Okay, I got 3 more for you over there. Check this out. That's a little different. Pause the video and see what you can do with that one. Okay, x over 3 squared is just x over 3 times x over 3. So I rewrote it that way. Now I'm going to square it. Well, I'm going to multiply straight across the top. That's x times x is x squared. 3 times 3 is 9. That cannot be simplified anymore. Now, if you remember your rules of exponents, you could have skipped this step because you know with the exponent rules, you just take the power and you apply it to everything inside. So this would become x squared over 3 squared. So you could do it that way if you like and you'd be just fine. All right, pause the video and try that one. It's getting a little more complicated. All right, here's what I get. Multiplying straight across, I get 2 times 6x squared gives me this 12x squared, and then of course 4 times x gives me 4x. Now I've got a bunch of canceling I can do. 12 over 4 is the same as 3 over 1, so I canceled those. That gave me my 3 for my answer. And then x squared over x, I can cancel the x on the bottom and cancel the squared on the top. Remember, we have x times x over x, so I'm just canceling one pair, and I wind up with 3x. Okay, try this last one. Number's a little bigger, still pretty straightforward. This one was a little bit interesting. I multiplied straight across, I just get 95z over 45z. Now my two z's cancel, and this is a tricky reduction, but there are 19 5s in 95, and there are 9 5s in 45. So this fraction reduces down to 19 over 9, and that is not reducible from there. Okay, just 2 more. Check this one out. Whoa, a whole lot more complicated algebra here, but you've seen things like this before in our class. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this one. I just have top times top over bottom times bottom. So I'm going to get x plus 2 times x plus 1 over x times x plus 1. Now, I could do those expansions, but I'd rather not because I have a term I can cancel. This x plus 1 is multiplied by the other stuff on both top and bottom, so I can just get rid of it. And the answer to this one is x plus 2 over x. Now, you might think you can cancel these two x's, but that would be wrong. If it was x times 2, we can cancel. But since it's x plus 2, I cannot cancel those because there's no x in that term. I would need an x there to be able to cancel. Okay, try this one, see what you get. All right, this last one, I'm multiplying across the top. I decided that I would multiply my x's and write x squared on the top. On the bottom, I kept my factors the same. So I have x, 2x times x minus 3. Now what happens here is I'm going to cancel. I can cancel this x because it's being multiplied by the x minus 3 term. So I can cancel that x out, and that cancels the squared on the top. And that's really the only canceling that I can do. And then I elected, so here's x, I put that over here, and then I did elect to take my distributive property and put it to use here with multiplying 2 times x and 2 times minus 3, which gives me what I have on the bottom. And again, I cannot cancel this x because this is minus. I would need an x over there to be able to do some canceling with that one. Now that you've watched the video, take a moment to jot down any remaining questions so you can ask them in our next class. If you want, you can come back and watch the whole video again if that helps deepen your understanding. If you enjoyed the video, please click like or subscribe.